What's up, guys? This is Jason from Jason Smokes Hookah coming at you guys with another hookah review today. Now, the hookah I'm going to be doing a review on is the Nefes Colonial Sultan. Here it is. Beautiful pipe. Beautiful. It is Turkish. Alright. So let's just start from the top and work our way down. What do you notice here? For a Turkish pipe, it has a male bull port. That isn't common. Nefes does traditional Turkish pipes, but they have kind of modern twists on it, like the male bull port. So there's other changes too, like this guy, but we'll work our way down to that. This is the tray, the lotus tray. Ooh, boy, lotus tray. Everybody wants one of these. And I really don't know why. It is beautiful to look at, don't get me wrong there, but I think that's all it's really good for. I mean, it's a tray, it works, but it's just so weird to ash in these things. Maybe it's just me, I'm not used to it, but I just think it's really weird. I mean, because all you have is just cupped out little sections here, for your coal, so it's a little weird. I mean, at least like a KM or an Elmos tray, it's just flat. You just slam the coal in there and you're good to go. But another thing people actually had questions on is whether the tray is welded on or it comes off. Now the answer is it comes off. Okay, it actually unscrews. I'm not going to do it because it's really squeaky and loud. But the male port and the tray are connected. You'll see right here, this is actually where it comes off. Okay, it unscrews, off you go. So now we're into the main part of the hookah here. Look at those etchings. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It doesn't get much better than that. Now, this is cast, and the way I know that, you can see right down here, where the two pieces went together, and they sanded it down. So, that's definitely a plus in my book. I like that a lot. And this is actually a lot heavier brass, from what I understand, than, I don't know what they did differently, but this is super heavy. I mean, even the tray by itself weighs a ton. I mean, this thing weighs, it's got to be close to 12 pounds. It has to be. I mean, I know what 5 pounds feels like. I have plenty of stems that are close to 5 pounds, but this trumps all of them with weight. Okay, so to me, I mean, you know you're getting quality. I'm not saying weight is the way you know you're getting the quality pipe, but it's super heavy. Now we got the hose port here. This is like your traditional Turkish hose port, you see on all your Elmos pipes. There's really nothing crazy going on here. You're gonna fit, I mean, you could put, like a KM hose in there, not a beast hose, just a regular KM rainbow hose, or your Narbish, or your Najum. It'll fit, it will. I mean, you definitely want to use a grommet in there. I mean, because the ground will stick out a little bit, but that's okay. It'll fit. I promise it'll fit. Now, here's what I was talking about that's crazy. We're going to go right into the backyard here of the hose port. And we got a purge valve. What? That's right. Nefes threw a purge valve onto a Turkish pipe. Now, it doesn't mean it's the best purge in the world. I will get to that when I'm smoking it. But, if you go down more, you can see Nefes engraved in the stem. This came with the grommet. I personally like tape better on my Turkish pipes. I think it kind of looks a little more traditional. I'm splitting hairs, but the grommet works just fine. It is a good grommet. It'll do its thing. The down stem, copper, definitely a plus. No rusting, none of that. So this down stem is actually, I'm going to make a big statement here, a big bold statement. It's actually wider than my KMs. I know, everyone's going to be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. The gauge on this is huge, okay? But here's the difference. Just because your down stem is wider doesn't mean you're going to have a wider draw. Okay, if we look into the hose port here, that is a tiny, tiny hole. It is so tiny. I mean, really, a BB could probably fit in there. That's about it. So it is going to be restricted. But it's not as restricted as my clock decided to be a dick. So it's not going to be as restricted as an LMOS or anything like that. And yeah, it's in the middle of a KM and LMOS. It's kind of restricted, but not super restricted. So yeah, I mean, let me show you guys the vase. This is my boho vase made by BJ Glassworks. Now, I did get this hookah over at Hookah John, 219 bucks. It will come with this vase. I mean, he has two different color schemes. I like the darker one the best, so that's what I picked. BJ Glassworks. Nothing crazy going on here. It's a boho, you know. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the stem and the vase. So I'm gonna set up a hookah, and hopefully no more distractions because I've been trying to do this for like 20 minutes now, and everybody keeps distracting me. So yeah, let me just set up a hookah, and we'll get into how it smokes. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I have a hookah set up. Again, I apologize about my clock going off, vibrations from my phone. It's just a never-ending game today. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna flash away to a clip, and I'm gonna show you guys what I have, what I'm smoking with, and okay, guys, so we got 3 titanium coals sitting on top of my 80 feet bowl, Reynolds Wrap heavy duty foil, my Nefes Colonial Sultan, my boho vase, tap water in the vase, and I'm using my D hose since everyone decided to be a D today. Okay, guys, now you saw what I'm smoking with. I am smoking, again, pure tobacco, fresh mint. It's like my favorite mixing mint right now, but I'll do that later. And as I said, I got the D hose. Everybody decided to be a D to me today, so we're going to use the D hose. So let's just get right into this. Let's talk about the draw. Okay, so the draw is slightly restricted. It's not as restricted as my Elmas pipes, but it's definitely not as wide open as a KM or my Starbuzz stem. So that was going back to what I said before. Even though the down stem is extremely wide, the hose porthole really makes up for that. So you are going to get a little bit of a restricted feel. I mean, as you guys see, I'm still getting excellent clouds. I mean, the restriction, even though it is slight, you're still going to get great clouds. But also, that's all on how you heat manage, too. You know, I mean, you can make a gas station rig smoke like that. I mean, that may be a little exaggerated, but you get the point. So, let me talk about purge a second, okay? I'll flash away to a clip in just a second here on how the purge actually looks, but the purge is kind of mediocre, okay? It works, it's a purge. I'm also going to throw a picture in there so you guys can see how small the hole is where the purge is at, okay? It's very, very tiny. It looks like if you stuck a poker into the foil and you kind of just opened it up a little bit. It's all it looks like. It's very tiny. So I will show you guys that in a bit. But the purge, it doesn't purge the vase completely. Okay. Also, I don't know if it's just the ball or what, but the purge, like the ball bearing, actually doesn't catch into the hole to actually kind of prevent air all the time. It might, because the ball is very tiny, so I may have to upgrade that to a bigger ball. So that's kind of something that annoys me. I mean, it's barely noticeable, but I noticed it. I've been smoking hookah a long time, so I really noticed that. So yeah, let me just flash away to a clip on how the purge looks, and yeah, we'll come right back. Okay guys, so there's my purge valve. Okay, I'm going to take a hit
and then you might see, you could even just see me breathing into it. I'm not even actually purging. That was what I was talking about, how the ball doesn't actually catch. That kind of sucks, to be honest. That kind of sucks. So let me take a hit, and maybe you could hear the air leak a little bit, and then I will purge.
Okay, so you guys saw my purge, and that sucks. That sucks a lot. I mean, it's actually kind of heartbreaking. I mean, it's okay, but I think for the price that you're paying for the pipe, it's definitely unacceptable. I mean, it could just be my pipe. I don't know. They are handmade pipes, so it could just be mine. But I'm reviewing what I have. I mean, it's hard to review something that's handmade because the whole line could be different. So, I mean, you're still going to get great smoke, still going to get great clouds, great flavor, but you are getting a little bit of air slipping into that. Now, it's not enough to really notice because, you'll see in the picture that I show that the purge hole is very tiny. So, it's hard to say. I mean, I notice it. Other people who are new to hookah, or new to Turkish pipes in general might not notice, but I definitely notice. Now, let me get into, do I recommend this pipe? I recommend the pipe, absolutely. There are things that need to be fixed, especially the purge valve, for me. I mean, as a guy who's smoking hookah a long time, I mainly smoke Egyptian style pipes, KMs, Shikas, whatever. But that to me is just a little unacceptable. I mean, you're paying good money for the pipe, so you would want good a good quality purge valve. If you're gonna throw it on there, make it quality. But like I said, you don't need a purge valve. I mean, a lot of people purge these days out of habit. If you know how to manage your heat well with your tobacco, you don't need a purge. Okay. So again, I do recommend the pipe, but there are things that need to be fixed. Another point I wanted to make, and I didn't mention it before, but it has to do with the downstem. Now, the downstem is extremely wide, but it's also extremely long. So the vase that you're going to get, I mean, the vase is fine. It's a vase. It serves the same purpose as a regular bell vase, but with it being so long, the downstem, that is, it reaches close to the bottom of the vase. Now, to me, that doesn't affect my restriction. It doesn't affect much, but since it is a handmade pipe, if that pipe was a little longer, I mean, it's possible that it could end up hitting the bottom of the vase. And what does that mean? Well, when you pull through and the smoke comes through, it's not going to have much room for the bubbles to escape and to give you, a proper drop. So that I think needs to be fixed. But again, it's handmade, so it's hard to judge a whole line of something when it's handmade. I'm still getting great smoke. I mean, mine is relatively close to the bottom, so obviously it's not going to take a lot of water, or at least as much as I think a vase should take, but it definitely works. So again, I got this at hookahjohn.com, $219. But when I got it, it was a while ago, so I didn't get a bowl or a hose. Now I think you do get a bowl. I mean, don't quote me on that. So you definitely get what you need, and you're getting quality, pieces here. You're getting a quality, solid brass stem. You're getting a boho, okay? I mean, a boho could be $100. So for 219 bucks, the vase alone, I think, is like 125 bucks or 150 bucks, and because you could get the vase separate on Hookah John's website, so you're getting a good deal, okay? Because most Turkish pipes, even without bohos or Turkish glass, go to about 200 bucks. So the price is definitely reasonable. But as I said, those are my only problems with the pipe. But all in all, it's fantastic. I don't use it much only because I like to look at it. I like to display it. It's one of those pieces that you just kind of have to display and look at. You know what I mean? Because it is beautiful. But I think that's all I have for you guys today. I mean, definitely pick up the pipe. It's worth it. And yeah, I got it again. I got it at hookahjohn.com. If you want 10% off, join Royal Hookah Forum. There'll be a way you can get 10% off there. And yeah, that's about it. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more coming your way. And yeah, have a good day, guys.